Most people think palm trees can't survive outside in the cold weather, but you can make these palm trees grow outside, and I do it in New York. And I'm going to show you my exact method today. Hi everyone, it's Tim. Welcome back to my garden. It's actually kind of warm out here today, and tomorrow it is going to be even warmer, and then Thanksgiving hits and it's going to be really cold after that. I think winter is truly hitting. As you can see behind me, the unknown Trachycarpus has been sealed up. We're going to go through that on this video, but the main point of this video is going to be I'm going to show you how I use my PVC structures for my large Trachycarpus and my normal Trachycarpus I have up here. The only reason this one is in a box is because I don't know the exact species. In the very first year I had a spear pull and I have babied it ever since. But the rest of them, I am using the method that Kevin from Island Wide Palms in Long Island uses. He's the one who gave me my first structure. I have copied that. I use that. It's really, really easy. And if you're starting out as a new palm tree grower or you have multiples, I think it is the easiest way to have palm trees in your yard. And I'm going to take you through that. I am out by my shed. You can see the beautiful Hudson River out behind me. And this is a great example of a PVC structure. Some people take them apart every year. I have so many, I don't, and I have room to store them. So although it is very dirty because it's just the leaves and everything have been all over it, I want to just show you, this is so lightweight here. I can pick it up, I can move it around, and they are all nice and lightweight. And that's the beauty of this. And I want to take you through how simple this structure is. And it's rather brilliant. So Kevin, I'm giving you credit on this. It is great, and I really like it. For Trachycarpus, this does not work in zone 6B for my more tropical palms like my Washingtonias and my Butias and my Chilean wine palm. I would not trust this with that because it's not enough protection. You can see my larger ones over here, but this is a good size one to start off with. So let's say you have a little Trachycarpus. This is about 5 feet tall. It is 1-inch PVC. Sorry, it's so dirty. And you have these nice little corner elbow caps up here. I have screwed them in with self-locking screws. So I have 4 of those. There's a center brace up here. I really don't think you need it, but basically you are going to put some foam board on top of this and then put your frost cloth over it. And the way this locks in place is that all of these, basically these inner ones go around your palm tree. So you wedge it up right close to your palm. So if I put my foot in here, I would basically move all of these really close up, and it helps if you have a mallet to do it because they're nice and tight. And I make it super tight around the palm tree there. And then this next one, I make it super tight around the palm tree there. And basically then it is locked in place using your palm tree as the grip that holds it so it doesn't blow away. And I do the same method on my foam board structures, but it's a little easier here because it takes 2 seconds to drill the holes through these. I don't love this method right here. I like when they kind of wrap over, and I don't have it on this structure, but I'm going to show you. This one works better, this clamp here, where it goes around rather than just as this one is. And I wish I knew the names of these, but I can look them up. So I like how this works. And here you can see this will go around the palm, this will go around the palm. And I like to have at least 2 or 3 on this one. Actually, I have 3 on this one, and here you can see. So this kind of, I move this up. This will go right onto that. Same thing here, these all, and basically when you have a larger one, you can just keep one side open, just move it right around the palm, and then put these on, which is what I'm doing with my nice, big, gigantic ones. And I store all of them over here on the side of my shed, and you can see, let's walk over here. These are some of the trash cans I use for my Musa Bastu. But here's some more structures, and you can see, like, I need to screw that one in, but yes. And there's one that is metal as the base, which you can use. I just think the metal is expensive, but I got that at some point, and I think maybe even Kevin gave me that. That might be the original one Kevin gave me. And then there's some old wood structures that are falling apart from past things. But I am moving these all in place. And I'm very lucky because I have a large yard, so I can store them. The nice thing, if you just have a couple of palms, you could take these apart every year and store them easily. I like to keep them intact because then it's almost no work at all. Kind of like Jose does in New Jersey. He had with his foam board structures. He keeps them intact. I have over 23 palms, and I can't do that with the foam board structures, but I do have room to do this with the PVC out here. And you can see over here, next to the caboose, and for those of you who don't know it, I have a caboose that I need to restore in all my extra time. The inside looks really, really good. The outside, I need to scrape paint and repaint it. I actually have the paint, I just need the time to do it. But here are the really large structures. These are over 10 feet, and I'm adding on to these because the palms are too big. I just had to take a second to point out my needle palm, but I looked over here and I still have Black-Eyed Susan's Rebecca blooming. I just find that funny. It's November 25th and they are still going. And the rest of the garden is pretty much sad and dead. But yes, tomorrow I get these 2 palms done just like this one. Well, nothing is easy because I still need more ventilation on my Chilean wine palm, and opening up this top part over here is not helping. So I need to add some hinges up here on the top. But of course, the way I put this top together here, I've got this little piece here. So I need to take that off, put the hinge in here, and then I can open it up on the other side and let some more air out because it's really heating up, which is great, but also a problem. It's a really pretty day. It rained all morning and now it's kind of warm and nice out. That was actually easier than I thought it would be. I just used some door hinges and it worked just fine, and now I can prop it open. It is the last morning to see this particular trachy out until the spring. This is my unknown species Trachycarpus, and I'm tackling this one today. It has grown. It is my fastest growing Trachycarpus. This was a little tiny baby I got in the mail from Plants Delight, and it was supposed to be a Wagoneris, or a waggy palm, and it is not. And I still love it though, and it has grown so much. And this is the one that had the spear pull the first year. So I do not cover it like my other Trachycarpus. I box it in. The one next to it right there will get my normal PVC method. And if I have time today, we might tackle that. But this one's definitely getting covered today. And I might wrap up my pomegranate, which all I do for this is just put some frost cloth and a tarp over it. And I probably don't even need to do that. But I have over and over again. And since it works, I'm going to continue with that method. Of course, that's my Musabastu under the tarp right there, but really pretty sunrise this morning. And it's not that cold right now, which is good. It's not freezing, even though we're having some nice warm weather this week, and then the temperature drops again. But yeah, I will miss seeing all this nice greenery. Some nice new growth up in there. Really, really pretty palm right at the bottom of the steps from my deck. We've got the fronds tied up with a zip tie, which is, I think, the easiest method to do it. Here you can see I put the C9 Christmas lights on. I want to switch to heat tape eventually, but I'm not ready to do that yet, and they're still available in the US. Here you can see the wood frame. We had to add 2 feet onto this because it grew so much, and I added on last year as well. So we took that off and put the new 2-foot boards on. So this is truly fast growing, and then you can see where it's wedged in. And foam board is going around. Eventually I will switch this to PVC. I think it will be fine now that it's such a large palm, but early on it wasn't. And you can see Jesus is putting the top on this palm, and it's going to be ready for winter. And I just add a thermo cube and it is good to go. And here is the finished look of this. You can clearly see where I added on at the bottom. And over here on the left is my other pomegranate and my Washingtonia robusta and my Robolinis there on the right. So yes, the towers are all over the backyard now. It looks like a weird art project or art installation. And here you can see my Trachycarpus fortunei. These are my large ones by the pool. Although the one I just completed, the unknown Trachycarpus, is probably going to overtake them next year. And there's some weird boat in the Hudson River that we were joking, saying they're spying on my palm tree method. I think they are just laying some kind of cables going to New York City. But yes, we've zip tied it up while they're watching us on this big boat, and just getting the C9 Christmas lights around it. And I don't put them too tight, but depending on your zone, you may have to. And then looking over at my Yucca rostrata here, where it bloomed this past summer, there are 2 points of growth now. So I think it's branching off for the first time. And I didn't realize they do that after they bloom, which is pretty cool. This one is ready to go, but last year I crammed this poor palm into the structure and it was too tall. So we are adding on to the top. I debated whether to do the top or the bottom, but I think on this one, the top is better. And so we're going to take this off and add on to this. So here's the addition with the connector. And here you can see it up here. You can see where I added onto it. And I have frost cloth over the top. And basically I'm just boxing this in around, and I will connect all of these PVC around the palm to hold it in place. And that way, if the wind really hits, it will not bother it. So here you can see it's locked in now. And now I'm going to put the cover inside this frost cloth that has a zipper on it that I got from Kevin. I am up high above the pool on the ladder. There you can see the Yucca rostrata. Zoom in. I can clearly see that there are 2 heads or tops coming up on that. So I'm just a little concerned about this connection point, and I'm almost wishing I'd put them at the bottom, but I wanted to make it strong down there. Now I'm not so sure, but I'm going to pound these in with the mallet, and then I'm putting the top on because it's raining tomorrow. Even though it's beautiful out today, it's really fun being up on the ladder high over the pool. I need to put the ladder out here one day when in the summer to just video everyone in the pool. That would be fun. I am up on top, so just so you can see, I've got the foam board up there on the top. I just have to pull this nifty thing around and zip down, and I know I have to add more frost cloth because now my structure is larger than my original frost cloth, and I could go back to Kevin and buy a new one if I wanted to next year maybe. So with this one, and I don't think they're all the exact right height, but I almost made it to the bottom. So thank you, Kevin. That one's a nice big one. I don't know if the others, I know one is a little shorter and I can't even remember why, but so basically one is done of the Trachycarpus. Well, actually the other Trachycarpus that we did up by the house is done, but that one is now ready to go. I just need to put one little layer of frost cloth around the bottom. I need to hook up the thermocube in the extension cord, but I am on track. I can't believe I'm actually saying this. On track to finish the week of Thanksgiving with the Trachycarpus. That is, I never even thought it was possible way back at the beginning of October. It is the next day and we are tackling the next Trachycarpus. This one has a fuller top on it, so we're going to cut away a little bit, but we've got it tied up just like the one you just saw. Putting the frost cloth over the top. I love being up on this ladder looking down. It's just such a different viewpoint looking at the garden. Here's where we added on. We're going to continue to add on to the top. I just don't think it's stable enough to add on to the bottom. And we're adding some screws in here. This shows how it's locking around the palm tree so that it doesn't move. And we just have to put all these in place. So here you can see, and then it goes up, and then it can withstand the wind because the palm tree is holding it in place. And that addition definitely gives the palm tree more room to breathe at the top. And here is with the zipper cover over it, and we're starting the third one. Here it is tied up. More Christmas lights going on over the top. We're getting everything ready. And there's another barge out on the river. And boxing this one in too. It's a really simple method, and it goes fairly fast as long as you have all your equipment in ready. And this took longer just because we were putting the addition on it, but this one definitely has more room to breathe here. And now we're starting the little baby one that I put on the hill here, and I'm letting Jesus figure this out on his own because I think he's learned how to do it now. And he's excited that I'm letting him do that one all by himself. And everything is starting to look complete. And those roses are still blooming, and it's the day before Thanksgiving, which is just crazy. And now the towers are up. And oddly, some weird bugs were hatching alongside some of my musabastu that are covered up. It was so warm today, I guess they thought it was spring. I don't know, but just some kind of flies or something. Very odd. So now we are up by the pond in my sad Trachycarpus, which has new growth, but it's has not looked good all summer long, and the frogs are even out. We found 2 frogs in the koi pond, even though the waterfall is shut off and everything. But yeah, it's that warm the day before Thanksgiving that the frogs are out. But we've got this one covered up here, looking out at everything else. Sun is setting in the west. And I had to throw a sunrise in as well because I realized I had not really put one on this week. It is Thanksgiving Day here in the US, and I am not going to get my last 2 Trachycarpus, which you see right there, finished for this video. I will do it for next week, but I just want to wish a happy holiday to everyone and happy birthday to Lisa in France. And I just want to thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. And my soap opera is a little short this week just because of so much work and the holiday, but I think you'll enjoy it as well. And please comment, please give me advice, please ask questions. It's always so much fun corresponding with all of you. And it's a beautiful day here in New York, just a little cloudy.
Stay away from my fan palm.
We have to move some palm trees to make room for the guests.
Guests? Darling, these fronds are the guests. Ah, it's turkey time in the U.S. Happy Thanksgiving to all my fans. What are we thankful for this Thanksgiving?
Palm trees!
Thanksgiving reminds me of my childhood.
Don't you want to come eat turkey with everyone?
No, I want a palm tree.
Ahoy. River gin, of course.